Voters living in the Carthage Independent School District also passed a school bond over the weekend. Voters approved a bond package totaling over $39 million. That bond will fund renovations at the intermediate school, the second phase of a new baseball-softball complex, along with instructional technology. All three propositions passed with at least 86% of the vote. Support Superintendent Jared Bitter is thankful for.
One, I think it says that we have a tremendous amount of community support, that the people here are very proud to be a part of Carthage ISD, proud to be alumni, proud to send their kids to school with us every day, and very supportive of the things that we're doing in our buildings.
Along with Carthage and Chapel Hill ISD, voters in Marshall, Natchez, Pewitt, Broadus, and San Augustine also passed school bonds on Saturday. The city of